Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. All right, today we have some plans with the factory, some big plans too. I'm going to be expanding the factory both up and down. So this is actually why we have the glass floor here, and that's so that way we could see the lower levels of the factory. So we're actually going to carve out all this and get that ready to go, and we're going up a little bit with it too. Not only that, but I think it's finally time that we start inputting new items into the factory. So as you may or may not know, everything that is being produced in the factory is all being produced off of cobblestone. Aside from like a few things like, okay, aside from a few things like obsidian and what is it, basalt. Other than that, everything else is being produced from cobblestone. So the plan is to get prepped and ready to go to start inputting some massive things into the system. Why is there clay going off the belt? This is not good. That's a lot of clay. What is going on over here? Okay, all fixed. Turns out I had my clutch down here, and then that wireless redstone signal was there. Once it turned on, it locked up this funnel here, so that was no longer receiving clay balls, which just kept letting clay balls pass by and get wasted. So all that's fixed. Hopefully everything should start filling up again. I was wondering why my sand supply was so low, but yeah, okay. Yeah, it's starting to fill up again. Good, good. Okay, so before we can start on our big expansions up here, I've got a couple more machines that I need to make. So I can probably slot in a twofer right here, and this is going to be a double sheet maker. So I'm going to make iron sheets and gold sheets over here. Now this might actually be one of the easiest machines I've made so far. Whoops. It's just a couple belts and some chests, and that's about it. So this one's going to be for iron and this one's going to be for gold. So I put the volts kind of sideways so they do not connect. So, you know, one is dedicated to each one. Put you there. Put a couple volts there and there. Actually, I'll double up the storage for that just in case. And put you there. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm actually out of brass funnels. You know, since we created all these toolboxes, I filled them up, and honestly, I haven't really gone through them and restocked them, aside from like the big stuff like the volts and maybe even some crushing wheels, and maybe some chutes, but yeah, ooh, we're all out of volts. Our stock is still looking pretty good, but yeah, I do use those brass funnels a lot, so I'm gonna have to make a few more. Right, new brass funnels acquired. Let's put that there. Let's see, what else do we need? Should just be the smashers, and I think that's about all we need, right? There and there. Okay, and I think that's a completed module now. So we got iron sheets and gold sheets being produced. Coming on here, I've got my thresholds on just these vaults here and here for each of the items. And that's about it. I don't really have an on and off switch for this one because I don't think it needs one. Just because it's going to turn off when the item vaults are full. So, yeah, no need for a clutch. Plus, then I have to figure out how to turn off one belt versus the other one. Yeah, it'd be a whole mess. So, once these vaults are full, it won't receive any more items, and then it's done. Okay, those two are done. Glad we got that working. Now, for this next module, I really want to get this going. So, this module, I might have to move some of these guts over a little bit, but this module is going to require an input from outside of the factory. So, the input being wood. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any wood being inputted into the system. We are going to deal with that later in this episode, but I need this module done so that way we can complete the rest of the stuff we need to do in this episode. So kind of catch-22 right there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this module done. I'm going to have the input spot all set up, and then I'm going to input the wood manually for now. Okay, so this one here is going to be making us barrels. So the reason why I need barrels is I need to start mass producing these item vaults, because believe it or not, with all these item vaults here, that's not even the half of it. That's not even a quarter of the item vaults that we're going to be putting in this factory. So it's about time that we start mass producing them. Now, of course, these item vaults are made out of sheets and barrels. So this module's making the sheets, we've got that. This module needs to make the barrels, we've got that. Then what we can do is extend down, drop the factory down a layer, and get a module to make the actual vaults going. Then, once we do that, then we can expand upwards. Okay, lots of stuff, lots of stuff. So, I'm going to have this crafter here, and apparently that works with the giant hole in the middle, so I'm going to leave that. I'll put another one here. So the reason why I'm raising this up one is so that way I can put hoppers to feed this stuff all together, so that way I don't have to actually have mechanical arms like we had to do with the diorite. Come to think of it, this still won't work. You know what, I think I'm gonna have to put them two together. Okay, I've got two of them sandwiched together like that, so what I'm gonna do is hopper this up. So this is going to be for the planks. Then I'll have another one here and here. That'll be for the slabs. I can probably put a chute instead in the middle here. There we go. That'll save me on some slabs there. And let's repeat this on the back side. Okay, something like that. Okay, moving on. Now we need to make a way to turn logs into both planks and slabs. Every ounce of brain power I have, but I think we got it. It's really hard to get everything all module based, but I think I did a fairly decent job at compressing this. So the idea is for items to input right over here. So that's just going to be the logs. Logs are going to get sliced up right here, turn into planks. Planks are going to come this way. Some of them are going to get caught by this hopper here. Others are going to keep going down the line. Now I've got to do probably a tunnel right here, and hopefully the tunnel can separate it out and round robin it, send some this way and some down this belt. And the idea is for the planks to keep coming down this outside belt and then get sucked up by this hopper into that system. And then the other half of the planks will come down this line, get chopped up over here and turn into slabs. And then the slabs will get sucked up by that hopper and go into the middle line. So, okay, I think that's it. I just need to wire everything up. Oh, and get my tunnel, and yeah, I think that's about it. Oh man, it's alive. I gotta watch these stupid blades here. I've got all the blades going the opposite way here, so this one should be spinning the opposite way. So hopefully we should be all set to start cutting. This thing is also set to round robin, not forced round robin, and I'm hoping that works. So let's put a couple chests up here. This is going to be our temporary chest. I think I got some wood on me. Let's get... Oh yeah, we got a lot. I'm going to put down a stack and see what happens. No. What is going on? Oh, this is going to make a mess and everything. Well, at least the round robin works. It's about the only thing that worked. Why am I so stupid? Okay, well, apparently you cannot saw, for some reason, you cannot saw logs into planks. You can saw stripped logs and stripped spruce wood into planks, but you have to use an automated crafter to get actual logs into planks. Man. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can make that work. Okay, let's try something like this. So eventually this chest, imagine a big item vault being right above us full of wood logs. So I think this should work out. Okay. Oh, I need to power those things. Can't forget about that. Okay, all powered up. Let's toss in some test logs. There we go. There we go. Okay. Are we round robining? I think we are. That brass tunnel is a little slow. Coming down here, what do we got going on? No barrels yet. Oh, you know what? It's still got to fill up. It's got to fill up a ton of hoppers and stuff before it can start making the barrels. I don't see... Oh, shoot. We got a plank in there. There's not supposed to be a plank there. Oh, man. I'm getting a little upset. I thought I could do this off of that stupid sawmill. Oh, man. That just ruins everything. Just goes to show this is why you do your research before you start building. Okay, after many attempts, I think we finally got it. We are, yeah, we're producing. Okay, let me just get this in place there and here. Okay, and yeah, looks like it's going. That one's working. And the one over here is working. Yep, it's a little hard to see, but yeah, that's working. Okay, good. We've got 2 auto crafters producing all of the barrels that we're going to need. Now this thing's going to kind of like trickle in barrels slowly at a time, but that's fine. We don't need like a ridiculous amount of barrels. Well, I take that back. We kind of do. But yeah, we're going to let this thing trickle barrels in for a long time. Okay, with the barrels taken care of, now it's time to open up the factory a little more by going downwards. This area right here is all reserved for the second layer of the factory. Now, I already got my mining machine all set up. I just need to set some rails and we should be ready to go. Now, I gotta be careful because if I go too far out this way, I can start hitting some of our valuable stuff. Of course, we've got some conveyor belts here, and over here we've got some experience stuff and all that. So, yeah, just gotta be careful and I gotta control it. Now, we should be mining right underneath the floor. So I counted down 14 spaces, and that's about how big our mining machine is. So we'll breeze right underneath all these pipes here and underneath all the contraptions. You can see some of this stuff sticks down, but we should go right underneath it without taking it out. Okay, I think this is as good of a spot as any. So let's just lay some track down and plop this down there and give it a little push. There we go. Coming up here. Yeah, it's opening up perfectly. That's the way we planned it. Now that is a big hole. Holy cow. It's time to line the walls, get some towers built, and get the new floor down. Here we go. And that's level 2 done. Right, looking good. The pillars are all connecting, going straight up. I think I did a pretty good job with connecting them. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, it's looking pretty good going all the way down like that. Oh man, I got a little vine growing on my glass. Okay, I gotta get rid of that. But aside from that, I like it. It's looking good. Okay, now since we're a little better prepared and we got power down here and all the conveyors and all the good stuff ready to go, I can work on the next module here. So for this module, it's going to be making, well, these item vaults right here. These things they're a little tedious to make. I don't enjoy making them just because making the barrels is kind of tedious, and then flattening the sheets and all that stuff. So why not just have it all automated so that way I'm not needed anymore for it. Let's see. I don't quite know how I want to do this. Let me get rid of those two. I'm gonna have to do this with crafters. So let's see, where's item vaults? Yeah, the only way to do it is shaped crafting. So at least it's a pretty easy setup here. I only need 3 per section. So I could probably put them pretty close together. Okay, I'm thinking something like this. So we've got the fans to bring both the barrels and iron sheets up. And then from there, they're going to get distributed. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of crafters going. Each one of them should go straight down. And then I shared the inventory across the rows. So this inventory is going to be sheets. This inventory is going to be barrels. And then this inventory is going to be sheets. So this line should be dedicated for barrels to the middle. And then this line should be dedicated for sheets. So that one goes to the top and then this one goes to the bottom. Okay, I'm hoping that works. I just got to wire everything up, get it going, and we should be good to go. Okay, moment of truth. Let's set you sheets for vault. Set that to receiver mode and activate. Okay, that's going down. That's dropping and it's missing, darn it. Okay, now since we got that reversed, let's try again. Okay, that's going down. Dropping down, and it's getting inputted. Okay, perfect. And it should be getting sucked into this hopper here. I can't view it, of course. Okay, good. Sheets all the way across. Okay, let's do the same thing for the barrels. Barrels for vaults. And go. There's not much barrels in there, so I want to make this count. Okay, that's going in. And those are getting crafted. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, ooh, looks like we can only run 4 at a time. It's just the hopper isn't fast enough to run all 5 of them. Okay, well that's fine. I could get rid of the other 2. That's not a big deal. Oh yeah, vaults are getting made really quick now, so that is good. I can get rid of those. Alright. And there goes those vaults. Perfect. We are going to line up with the vaults real quick. Ooh, we're already at 1%. So I do have a pretty small storage in here, so I mean the only thing that's going to require vaults is going to be my own personal use. So I'm not too worried about mass producing these things. At least so quickly. Yeah, the only thing I could use them for is for myself. Okay, I'm glad we got that done. Alrighty. Okay, now since the bottom floor is done, now it's time to move on up here. So I got a few plans up here. Now if you remember, I mentioned that there's going to be a storage vault on top of this that's going to be feeding logs into this machine to keep it going. And yeah, that's basically kind of what we're going to work on right now. I mean, we're not going to get to all of it this episode, but at least we could get started. So what I'm doing up here is there's going to be a platform that wraps all the way around with tons and tons and tons of storage vaults on top of it. And all these storage vaults are going to be mass storage for both my storage system over there on the other side of the wall and for all the farms that we're going to be creating. Whenever the factory is calling for items to be inputted into the system here, it can come from up here. So this can be things from like wheat and carrots, which are going to be farmed elsewhere and stored up here, to logs and pumpkins, as well as anything we mine with our miner. So I'm also going to set up a system to where our miner gets auto unloaded and anything that got mined up gets put into this storage system. Okay, there we have it. All this space has been filled up and ready to go for vaults. So it's looking pretty good. Now coming on in here, we're going to start putting in our vaults. So I'm going to space them out. Let's see, we'll do something like that. Okay, I'm thinking about that size. That's, oh yeah, that is max size. Okay, good. So we'll max size that vault. You know what? I think I'm gonna need a little more room right here to work. So you know what? Let's go just like one underneath max size. So that way I can put belts right here to call materials out of the vaults itself. Okay, and then we're going to skip over to, and then we're going to do it right here. So get rid of that. So this one here is directly over our barrel maker. So I'm going to have this one is going to be spruce logs. Okay, and then, yeah, we just need to rinse and repeat this 10,000 times all the way around until we fill this all up. And that's it. All done. Got all the vaults in. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and we had help with our trusty backpack here with the autofill. And yeah, that's definitely super helpful so I don't have to keep adding more. Man, we got quite a few vaults left over. I'm very surprised on how quickly that module was making these vaults. We did put in quite a bunch of these things. I mean, this is pretty crazy. This is a lot of storage. And then coming down here, you can see just how it looks. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Looks like a shipping yard of some sort. Let's see if we can put the rest of these leftover vaults back into our storage. We completely drained it to do that, but yeah, lots of leftovers. Okay, 24%, not too bad. I think we were at 40%, so yeah, took about 16% out of there. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, definitely got a lot done on the factory here, and everything is looking pretty good. Not to mention getting the second level ready to go as well. We'll probably end up doing the same thing on top of these rails here and slotting in another kind of storage system right here. I don't know, maybe I might do some micro farms up here as well. I got to think about exactly what I want to do because I'm hoping that this storage up here is going to be more than enough storage of what I'm going to, for everything that I'm going to need. So we'll see. Let's get this top one filled up before we start worrying about the bottom one. But anyway, I think that's just about going to do it for us today. Definitely got a lot done and looking forward to what else we can do with this factory here. I do hope that you guys have been enjoying this series so far. And if you have, please leave a like and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.